All right. It has been quite the journey working on this project here. Honestly, have put in probably 40 hours plus working on this thing in the past 2 weeks. Um, just using every moment I can, after work, learning, watching videos, tutorials, struggling through scripting and some of the bugginess of Halo Forge. Just kind of wanted to give for the first 30 seconds my honest feedback for anyone watching this looking to do Halo Forge infinite level editors, right? It is amazing, a lot of the assets they have, and with a little bit of creativity, there's so much you can do. And if you play the game, you can learn better how to use those assets appropriately for the look you're trying to get. However, the terrain is extremely limited. If you've used Unreal Engine, Unity, other game engines like that Terraform, you're not going to find it here. You're going to get tile pieces that you have to be very creative with. So if that's something you struggle with and you don't like that kind of uh, inability to manipulate it, this isn't going to be the level editor for you. But besides that, excited to show you how I still was able to make terrain that worked from a very flat piece and then moving pieces into it to make it what you see here, just more visible. Talk about a few things on this level and what it looks like. All these pink boxes you see, these are player blockers. So they keep the player from entering these areas just so they don't go off the map or go too high where they need to go. These green areas right here are vehicle blockers because I don't want them taking the vehicle wherever they want to go. So you have it at the right hand path and going into the boss building. I don't want them to bring that, so I took it away. And then I didn't want them also cheating through going through certain spots. I'd rather go through a certain path for the level, kind of directing them that way. So they can still kind of go inside here and walk around, but then ultimately that will change where they go. So just want to showcase some of the areas here. You can get a feel for it. Cool. So that's the area. Basically, what it looks like in a nutshell here. Want to talk about a few pain points. Obviously, I already mentioned the terraforming. That was one of the more difficult things to really cover this open space. Probably compared to making another level, maybe this seems a little bit bigger than it could have been, and that is true. I did want there, to be a little bit of a journey, some open time for the player to respawn, figure out what they're doing controls wise, how they're going to tackle things, and then choose the two different paths here. Take a look at the scenery, have maybe a fight here which they can choose, and then do a jump, come over here, the mission, where they then have to open this guy to get the gate to open. Struggles I had were scripting. Scripting is a little bit buggy in Infinite, and even when you have everything set up as it should be, it doesn't always respond the correct way. It's like you have to cram in extra logic for certain scripts to run smoothly, which is a little exhausting. And the community for Halo Forge, while awesome, there's just not a lot. And a lot of the videos are from more than a year ago, not super recent, things that aren't added when what I'm looking for is related to the issue. And that kind of causes it it causes a lot of frustration because you can never really find your answer compared to just coding in general, right? There's generally someone who's had the same question as you, and you ultimately need to be better at just game logic and code to have a good idea how to make scripts through Halo. A lot of figuring it out through all the different lists they have, the different types of code you can add to it. There are a few videos that do a great job showing basics. I'm planning to make a few videos myself just to show what I learned, make it a little bit easier for people to get into it. But besides, scripting, this area, I took a lot of feedback from my playtesters, just having a little bit more coverage and broken up, so it's not this huge expanse as well for the second path where you get the hunters that come in. Actually, I am going to make one quick change. I said that I was going to do earlier. As you can see, we got a grunt. I wanted it to be a hunter on the first one, and we'll just click none for there. But yeah, this hunter is going to sweep in. So let's take a look at the code. For example, you have something called a script brain, and inside the code, you have the different things that connect to. So to tell you kind of how this works, on object entered, the area monitor that's monitoring where the player works in, which I've created an object reference to be a trigger for that area. It's then going to delete the object area so you don't keep re-triggering it over and over and over. It's not working though because it's bugging out for some reason. It's going to push a message to the player for 15 seconds, and the message is going to say, good luck, loser. Because you picked a path that seemed easier, but it's not really the easiest path. On object entered area, it's going to trigger the AI spawn, and the AI spawn from the area that's monitored from that message being triggered is going to be the AI phantom spawner. So, yeah. That's kind of one of the basic scripts that I have here, and also if you follow that script, it's one of the easiest ways to just get a message to your player too. You create that custom message, you create the script. The frustrating thing though about these scripts here, let me just go back into it, is if you look at this guy, you can only choose from this list. So you can't like truly customize your own messages and create like your own string. It's pretty frustrating that way, but we got by with the general message of what we're trying to do. So go back to high level here. I want you guys to see the boss area, but basically you start from here, point A, you come across, you have to go to path B or continue path A, jump over, go to that building, open the switch, go through that bridge that drops down, and then go into the boss building. Path B, you go over up into the mountains, you go through that little portal, and then you take out the hunters, which then, upon killing them, drops the bridge, and then you're able to go inside the boss building again. Inside the boss building, try to really create a lot of verticality in here, and with the verticality, I had a fun time really just manipulating the assets to get it what I want it to be. Now, the few things that I want to clarify before we begin that I wish I knew how to change in the level, I just haven't really been able to figure it out or get the coding to work, is I want the rain obviously to not be in the building, the scripts to be better about deleting or spawning objects, which they're not doing, and in some ways I think they're just partly limitations of Forge. Not the rain part, but the scripting for deleting and spawning AIs, because you quickly run over your budget trying to have a level, and there's a way to set up waves, but it's not super consistent from the videos that I've followed. So trying to figure out the tweaks on those areas. But you beat these guys, and then you go through the teleport, which takes you up here, and then you have a few things you can pick in here. You go through this teleporter, because the first one down there, it spawns you right here. You go through this guy, and then you have Escharum that you fight, and you can move around. Go up here, and then even on these top guys, these like railings, you got weapons that are hiding. So, oh crap. There we go. It's doing this weird duplication thing, where like it's not actually there, but it's like duplicating it. Just weird Forge. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop in. Let's do the playtest here. Just kind of talk about that. You know, I'll probably die a few times. One of the mechanics that I wanted to show is the spawn point mechanic. It is not perfect. There's definitely a few things that, again, are being buggy. One of the things you're supposed to do is you have like a script that's right here for the initial spawn. And then there's 3 different points where once you pass that, that becomes the new spawn point. But the way the scripting was worked is it's overriding what the old spawn point was. Yeah. I didn't get that thrown in time. But let's just, you know, show what it's doing. And it's sending me to this area, which it shouldn't be doing. But for whatever reason, it's kicking me all the way over here. So I mean, speedrun wise, hey, that's great, you know? But it's not what we're trying to do. So we can beat it, these guys. You don't have to fight them. You can like run and escape as they're shooting at you. Just trying to get to the other side here. Cool, so the spawn point worked for this spot. But then they're all like, oh, hey, there he is. You can see on the left bottom side showing basically I'm at an 87% cap as it is. Get that guy going. I like this guy.
This can't be happening.
Come on, buddy. Oh no, he gone. Ew. I hear another dude. Go check out where he's at. Oh, they keep shooting it as soon as I go through that. So that's the first spot. Once you get through there, you jump, you go across, you just go through this bridge, and then you get to the spot. So we'll take the second area so we can see that. It's fun to throw those fusion coils, but yeah, it can bite you in the butt real quick. Whee! proven, you know, you can't get through it with a vehicle. Even if it was bigger, like way bigger, you wouldn't be able to push through this spot. Kill hunters. What? Uh-oh. Look at the runtime budget though on AIs, because these guys are coming through and I haven't killed like any on the other side. It is completely capping out how many are spawning. They got me. Gotta kill the dudes. Gotta get them. So, biggest thing overall with the level that's gonna make this way more seamless and enjoyable, because part of Halo, especially the campaign, you die, you respawn, you try again, and then you learn and you grow. And I love Halo. A lot of it's nostalgia for me. I played a lot with it my dad when I was younger, had, you know, really great memories from playing it, but I'm not super great at it. I've never been super amazing at like first-person shooter games. But I always enjoy it, especially if it's PvE based, because man, my PvP skills are horrible, like iron level, honestly. But you know, you die here, and it sucks to go like all the way back or to a completely different spot that you're at. So it's nice to be able to have a little bit more forgiveness, you know, where you're at. Okay, he down. Gravity hammer to the back will do that. Alright, so now we're going to the last part here, where there's the boss fight. A little open in this area. I would like to create a little bit more in there. Got him. Didn't even know it.
You show my brothers no mercy.
He did.
Been waiting for him
Oh, we
tossing
getting you. I feel like though inside the boss room, I did a great job. Set design, I got a lot of verticality added to it. You know, things that are kind of moving around that you can jump on and go up as needed. One of the biggest restraints, besides the terraform that I mentioned, is the amount of AI you can spawn, and then how scripting is affected with that, making it hard to always despawn them or activate it. So that would be something I would definitely tweak on my level more. We got the sandwich. Oh yeah, the golden sandwich. If you're wondering what it does, Not much.
Honor me with your best. Tomorrow I'll blast you out.
Oh, what's this gun? This thing hits like a truck.
Weakness, all too human. This will save your friend. He'll die like you.
This gun, if you find it, is basically like game over. But you gotta be careful though, because
Soon you
once he hits his second form like this, he can one-shot.
as I sus.
So I was gonna jump on the, or use the grapple hook to get away, but basically if the player's not watching, they're just gonna get absolutely decimated by him once they get him to half health. But yeah, this is my level. Pretty excited with all the effort I put into. I'm excited to keep working on it, but I just wanted to show like this is basically the final phase and where I'm at. From here is just polishing, fine-tuning, making sure that I'm just really getting it to have more of that Halo-esque feel. Thanks for watching.